One time, me and my aunt, we were talking, and it this aunt I'm talking about is my dad's brother's wife, so my aunt-in-law. So anyway, she's we're talking and everything, and I don't even know how the conversation came up, but we were talking about like psychology, along the lines of psychology or something, and I was like, I think my dad's a sociopath. She was like, what? I was like, yeah, I think my dad's a sociopath. She was like, why do you say that? I said, I don't know, it's just something strange about him. I said, I don't feel connected to him. I don't feel close to him. I don't feel like... So I call my dad by his childhood nickname, like his siblings and everybody else call him. I never felt the need to call him anything else. His children whose mother he was married to, they call him dad and everything like that. But I feel like they call him dad because he was doing dad shit when he was faking the funk with them. I guess during the whole, before he discarded the whole thing. Because once he discarded the mama, he discarded all their asses. But I never felt the need to call him dad. So so I always felt like he took offense to that. But even so, when he came back after being from the military and everything, it's like 86 or so. I lived in a house with him, but I called his dad, and I called his mom. Cause my mom, she wasn't around, and then, like I said, I just didn't know that dude as dad. I knew his dad as dad. So what happened was, what stuck out in my head, what made me call him a sociopath is this. Every weekend, his other kids would come over, and me calling them the other kids instead of my brothers and sisters and all that, that's something new. Because I feel like we get caught up on the labels. Labels have definitions, and then with the definitions, you have like emotions attached to how you think that person is gonna be based on the definition of what they're supposed to be, and so I don't want to do that. Anywho, so it was just weird. When I was telling her the story, what I was remembering was, I was remembering my other siblings being over. They would come over on the weekend. During the week, I would be at home, going to school Monday through Friday, get myself dressed. I had an aunt that would do my hair. And she would pick out my clothes and stuff like that. My dad was too drunk to do any of that kind of stuff. So, hold on, I lost my train of thought. Anyway, so one day, well, it wasn't just one time. It was this happened several times. So on the weekend, his other kids would come over, and he would be in super dad mode. I'm talking breakfast, lunch, dinner was prepared by him. He wasn't drunk. He wasn't distant or anything. He was very engaged or whatever. But as they started to come over more and more, he did. He eventually, because they can't hold it up, he eventually got to the point where he got drunk and wasn't functional. And but before he got that way, it's just this one time that sticks out, and we were running in and out, and it was like I was walking past him, and he put this red thing up to his mouth as I was walking past. It was like right as I was walking past, this is when he decides to put whatever he's putting in his mouth. Red stuff catches kids' eyes, so I glance over, I'm like, what you eating? And he's like, he only got one. He has one in his like pointer finger and his thumb, eating it, like nibbling on it or whatever. but he has like 4 or 5 of them in his hand, cupped in the other 3 fingers. So I'm like, I want one or whatever. And of course, the other siblings want one too, And he was like, all right, I'll go get you one. And if you know anything about those red coins used to come in a bag of like 25, at least 25 little pieces of candy or whatnot. So he first of all, he makes us wait about an hour before he does it. And then he goes downstairs and he gets us each one piece of candy. One little gummy red coin. And I always thought that was strange. I always thought that was fucking strange that he would do it like that. But that's exactly how he would do it, like every time. You're like, what the fuck? And in my head, I'm like, what the hell is wrong with this dude? And, but this is the same dude this is the same dude that drove my mother to shoot herself. And this is also the same dude who I don't talk to no more now, that I've pieced everything together. And now I know who he is. I know what he's about. And basically, after my mom shot herself and everything like that, he just left her up in Chicago, basically dropped her clothes off with his new woman in the car. How I know? Because she told me. But, and kept his life going. And shit, never looked back. He was good with that. And so I'm just like, who is that damn detached? I mean, he's detached. He's paying it. He's paying for it because, he's on his second bout of cancer, and, alcoholism has fucked his life up and everything else through his life. But it's like, he didn't come through unscathed, but just what the fuck is wrong with you when you got 4 kids running around and you eating candy in front of your kids and you don't even feel like you need to bring enough up to show them? Like, in my head, oh my God, and I'm sure this is me fixing how I felt when I was a kid, but never go to the store. I always go to the, hey, what y'all want? Y'all want something? Just because I know people need stuff for themselves that they may want for themselves and stuff like that. And it's like, he had 4 little kids running around the house, and we basically having to beg him for 1 piece of fucking candy. And what severed our ties is that once I did all the hard work of finding my mama, I found my mother, I found my grandmother, I found my whole other side of my damn family. And now here we are at the point where all he got to do is give me $400 or less for a plane ticket. And he was willing to cut the tie at that point. That was it. Cause I asked him for something once in my whole motherfucking 40 years of living. Me and my father no longer have a relationship. He never gave a fuck about me. Ever. And that's something you just gonna have to fucking understand about a sociopath. I don't give a fuck if he your daddy or whoever the hell he is. A sociopath don't and can't, won't give a fuck about you.